You've probably heard that drinking beet juice every morning is the secret to better energy and a healthier heart. But for some people, this miracle food can lead to kidney stones, digestive upset, and even dangerous blood pressure drops. Before you add beets to your daily routine, you need to hear this. Beetroot has earned its place as a superfood. From lowering blood pressure to improving stamina, it's often praised as a natural powerhouse. Walk into any health food store and you'll see beet powders, beet supplements, and beet drinks promising everything from better circulation to sharper brain health. On social media, beet juice is promoted as a daily ritual for vitality. But here's the truth. When we label foods as superfoods, we often forget an important fact. No food is perfect for everyone. What strengthens one person's body may actually burden another's, especially if there are hidden health conditions or sensitivities. Beetroot is a prime example. Research shows that while beets do offer important benefits, they also come with risks that many people don't know about. Some of these effects are surprising but harmless, while others could be serious if overlooked. Knowing both sides of the story is essential for making the best choices for your health. Hi, this is Marcus from Human Body Wellness, where we are dedicated to providing you with informative and educational content on healthy foods, drinks, and eating habits. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our natural health insights. Now, let's uncover the 8 hidden side effects of beetroot that could change the way you think about this so-called superfood. Side effect 1, beeturia, red urine. One of the most startling side effects of eating beetroot is something called beeturia. This is when your urine or stool turns red or pink after eating beets. For many people, it's harmless, but it can be alarming if you're not expecting it. Imagine finishing a beet salad one night and the next morning thinking you might be bleeding internally. Beeturia happens because beet pigments, known as betalains, pass through the digestive system without being fully broken down. While it's generally safe, studies suggest that beeturia may be more common in people with low iron levels or digestive inefficiencies. In other words, your body may not be processing nutrients as effectively if you notice this effect often. Although beeturia itself is not dangerous, it can mask more serious medical issues. For example, red-tinted urine from beets could make someone overlook actual blood in the urine, which might signal a urinary tract infection or kidney problem. So, while beeturia is mostly harmless, it's still worth paying attention if it happens frequently. Side effect 2. Kidney stone risk. Another hidden concern with beetroot is its high oxalate content. Oxalates are natural compounds found in many plants, but in some people they can contribute to kidney stone formation. Beets are among the richest sources, and when eaten in large amounts, they may increase the risk of stones, especially for those already prone to them. Kidney stones develop when oxalates bind with calcium and form crystals in the urinary tract. Over time, these crystals can grow into painful stones. For someone with a history of kidney issues, regularly drinking beet juice or eating large servings of beets might silently raise that risk. It's important to note that not everyone is sensitive to oxalates, but if you've ever had a kidney stone, or if your doctor has advised you to watch oxalate intake, beets may not be the best choice in high amounts. Cooking methods like boiling can reduce oxalate levels somewhat, but they won't remove them entirely. For most healthy people, moderate beet consumption is fine, but for those at risk, caution is key. Side effect 3, dangerous blood pressure drops. Beetroot is famous for its ability to lower blood pressure thanks to its naturally high nitrate content. These nitrates are converted in the body into nitric oxide, which relaxes and widens blood vessels, improving circulation. For people with high blood pressure, this can be a blessing. But for others, it may go too far. When blood vessels dilate excessively, blood pressure can drop to dangerously low levels. This condition, called hypotension, can cause dizziness, fatigue, fainting, or even shock in extreme cases. Seniors, or those already taking blood pressure medications, may be especially vulnerable to this side effect. Imagine someone who already has normal or low blood pressure drinking a tall glass of beet juice every morning. Instead of boosting health, it could actually make them lightheaded, increasing their risk of falls or accidents. While beets can be a powerful natural aid for cardiovascular health, people who monitor their blood pressure closely should be extra cautious. Always check with a healthcare provider if you are combining beets with blood pressure medication. Side effect 4, digestive system disruption. For some people, eating beetroot can trigger uncomfortable digestive issues. Beets are considered a high FODMAP food, meaning they contain fermentable carbohydrates that are difficult for certain people to digest. When these compounds reach the large intestine, gut bacteria break them down and produce gas. The result? Bloating, cramps, and changes in bowel movements. For individuals with irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS, even a small serving of beets may bring on discomfort. Some people also report looser stools or increased urgency after drinking beet juice, especially if it's concentrated. While the natural fiber in beets is generally good for digestion, it can be overwhelming in large amounts or for those with sensitive stomachs. Seniors in particular may find that as the digestive system changes with age, foods that were once easy to enjoy become harder to tolerate. If you notice stomach upset after eating beets, it doesn't mean you have to avoid them completely. Smaller portions or pairing beets with other foods may reduce the impact. The key is listening to your body's response. Side effect 5, iron and copper imbalance. Beetroot is often praised for supporting blood health because it contains iron and other trace minerals. However, too much of a good thing can cause problems, particularly when it comes to mineral balance in the body. For individuals with a condition called hemochromatosis, where the body stores too much iron, eating iron-rich foods like beetroot may worsen the overload. Excess iron doesn't just sit idly. It can damage organs such as the liver, heart, and pancreas over time. Adding beetroot regularly, especially in juice or powder form, can contribute to that excess. Beets also contain copper, another essential mineral that plays an important role in metabolism and connective tissue health. But again, balance matters. Too much copper, combined with high iron levels, may tip the body toward oxidative stress, where damaging free radicals build up. Most healthy people won't reach toxic levels by eating beets in moderation. But for those already struggling with iron overload, or who take iron supplements, regular beetroot consumption could be more harmful than helpful. Monitoring mineral levels with a doctor is important before making beets a daily habit. Side effect 6, blood sugar fluctuations. Beetroot has a natural sweetness that makes it appealing in juices and smoothies, but those natural sugars can cause blood sugar spikes in certain people. While beets have a moderate glycemic index, when juiced or eaten in large amounts, they can deliver a quick rush of glucose into the bloodstream. For someone with diabetes or prediabetes, this can be problematic. Rapid rises in blood sugar may be followed by sudden drops, leaving a person feeling tired, shaky, or hungry again soon after. Over time, these fluctuations put extra strain on the body's insulin response. It's important to note that whole beets, with their fiber intact, slow down sugar absorption compared to beet juice or powders. But even so, portion size makes a difference. Drinking a tall glass of beet juice on an empty stomach is far more likely to trigger blood sugar swings than eating a small serving of roasted beets alongside a balanced meal. If you're managing blood sugar, be mindful of how often and in what form you consume beets. Moderation and timing are key to avoiding unwanted spikes and crashes. Side effect 7, masking serious medical conditions. One of the more concerning issues with beetroot is that its red pigments can mimic the appearance of blood in the stool. For many people, this leads to unnecessary worry, but the opposite problem can also occur. Beets can hide real warning signs. The compound responsible is called betanin, which gives beets their deep red color. After digestion, betanin can pass through the intestines and give stools a reddish or dark tint. While this is harmless in itself, it becomes problematic if someone assumes the discoloration is just from beets, when in fact it could be blood from a serious medical condition. Digestive bleeding, whether from ulcers, polyps, or even colon cancer, can look very similar to beet-related discoloration. This can delay someone from seeking medical attention when they really need it. Seniors especially should be cautious, since the risk of gastrointestinal conditions increases with age. The takeaway here is simple. If you've eaten beets recently and notice a change in stool color, it may not be serious. But if it persists or you aren't sure, don't dismiss it. always check with a healthcare provider rather than assuming it's only the beets. Side effect 8. Medication interactions. Beetroot may be natural, but that doesn't mean it's risk-free when combined with medications. In fact, beets can interact with several types of drugs in ways that may reduce their effectiveness or amplify their effects. First, because beets lower blood pressure, they can intensify the effects of heart medications, especially those prescribed for hypertension. This could lead to dizziness or dangerously low blood pressure. Second, beetroot contains compounds that may interfere with blood-thinning medications, such as warfarin or aspirin. While beets are not especially high in vitamin K compared to leafy greens, their impact on circulation and blood flow can still complicate medication balance. Lastly, the fiber and natural compounds in beets may affect how the body absorbs certain drugs. High-fiber meals can slow down the absorption of medications, meaning they may not work as effectively when taken at the same time as a large serving of beets or beet juice. If you're on any prescription medication, especially for heart health, blood clotting, or blood pressure, it's important to talk with your doctor before making beetroot a daily part of your diet. As we've seen, beetroot is not a one-size-fits-all superfood. While it offers powerful benefits for circulation, stamina, and overall health, it also carries risks that can't be ignored. From bacteria and kidney stones to digestive upset, blood pressure drops, and even interactions with medications, beets can affect people in very different ways. So what's the safest approach? The key is moderation and awareness. For most healthy adults, enjoying beets a few times a week in small portions is unlikely to cause harm. If you prefer beet juice, keep it to about half a cup and pair it with food to reduce blood sugar spikes. Cooking beets instead of drinking them raw may also lessen digestive issues and lower their oxalate load. Most importantly, always consider your personal health conditions. If you have kidney problems, iron overload, diabetes, or are taking medications for the heart or blood pressure, talk with your healthcare provider before making beets a daily habit. Beetroot can absolutely be part of a healthy lifestyle, but like many foods, it works best when tailored to your body's needs. Awareness is what turns a superfood into a smart food. Now that you know the hidden side effects of beetroot, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced any of these reactions yourself? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. It helps our whole community learn together. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to Human Body Wellness for more evidence-based natural health insights. Your support means the world, and it keeps us motivated to create content that empowers your health journey.